Hey child of the kingdom, welcome back to my video. Thank you guys for tuning back into my channel. If you guys are watching this video, you guys are watching a video that is going to be featured on sassyandsaved.org. If you are not familiar with that website, it's where you can find all of your good juicy Christian blog posts, relationships, Christian walk, temptation, anything you can think of, it's on there. So definitely go ahead and click down below and you can get a link to that, or you're watching it on sassyandsaved.org. Hello to everyone who I don't know, welcome to my channel. On sassyandsaved.org this month, Teresa, who is the director of the website, decided that she was going to do a series called Before I Do. And so I'm going to contribute to this series, and we're going to talk today about a message called Mama Bear. I quickly want to take you through the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. If you don't know, I'm about to tell you. It's gonna be okay. So Goldilocks was some girl walking through the forest and she sees a house. Knocks on the house, no one comes to the door. She opens the door, ain't nobody home. Goldilocks makes her way to the kitchen. She goes to the kitchen and there's a table set and there are 3 bowls of porridge. And so she opts to try each bowl of porridge because it's free food, you know? Goldilocks eats the first bowl of porridge and says it's too hot, and then eats the second bowl of porridge and says it's too cold, and then eats the third bowl of porridge and says, oh, it's just right. And then the story goes on. When she sits on a chair, she breaks a chair, she sits on a bed, then she runs away. But that's irrelevant. We're talking about the porridge. Let's focus on the porridge, okay? So my question, let's see if you guys were listening. How many bowls of porridge were there? 3. And who was the porridge for? Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Baby Bear. Who cooked the porridge? We're going to assume that most likely Mama Bear made the porridge. Now what I want you to understand is you all you lovely single waiting women in Christ are Mama Bears. Why? Because you are going to be responsible for provisions for not only yourself but for others. You are going to have porridge that's too hot, porridge that's too cold, porridge that's just right set on the table for your partner, for your future children, for whoever else is in your life. You are Mama Bear. Now, assuming that you're single, you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your own upkeep, your own hygiene, your own maintenance, your own education. It's you. Right now, you are priority. You come first. But eventually in your life, you have to understand that you're going to be a helpmate. You know, you're going to be working in a partnership. And eventually, if you have children, you're going to now be responsible for these lives, right? These are the fruit of your womb. These are your seeds. These are your children. You're going to be responsible for them. And so what I'm trying to say is that Mama Bear, her provisions had to overflow to her family. She had to not only make her porridge that was probably too hot for herself, but now she had to accommodate her man who likes it too cold and her kid who likes it just right. Her provisions had to overflow. What is the definition of overflow? Overflow is defined as that which flows over, superflow, a superabundance, to run over the bounds. If we're going to discuss bounds, okay, this is my boundary, this is my parameter, this is my space, this is you right now in your singleness. But eventually you're going to overflow. Now you are going to need to provide for more than your bounds, for more than just you, for more than your box, because you got Papa Bear and you got Baby Bear waiting for the porridge, okay, waiting at the door. I want to encourage all of you single ladies who are waiting in Christ for that godly man to come and pursue them and find them and identify them as the rib, that right now is not your time to sulk, not your time to be sad about being single, not your time to, you know, resent yourself, resent your choices. It's not the time to second guess. Right now is the time to use your storehouse. I want to read to you a quick verse. Luke chapter 6 verses 45, it's on the screen, says, "A good man from the good stored up in his heart brings out what is good, and an evil man from the evil stored up brings out what is evil. For from the overflow of his heart, his mouth speaks." Okay, that was Luke chapter 6 verse 45, and I want to translate this for you guys. Let me put this in context in terms of your life. If Mama Bear was to provide porridge for Papa Bear, Baby Bear, and herself, that means she needs to have something to overflow. In Christianity, we don't operate out of dryness. We don't tap into dry places. We tap into oil. And so if we're going to overflow, there needs to be a source to overflow from. And as Christians, we understand that our source is coming from Jesus Christ. But what I want to encourage you guys is that in your single season now, use your storehouse. Store up as much as you can in that storehouse, because as you overflow, you're going to take from that storehouse. So if you enter a relationship and then eventually start a family packed with your storehouse full, You're about to overflow like 10 times crazy. You're about to provide spiritual warfare, prayer. Your whole household will be blessed because of the time you took during your singleness to use your storehouse. You are going to be that mama bear that can put porridge on the fridge because you took time in your storehouse to save the oatmeal, to save the milk, to save all that. So when time comes, you can put food on the table. You need to utilize your storage house. The original scripture said, a good man from the good stored up in his heart brings out what is good. Now let's apply it to your life. A good woman from the overflow of her heart, from that storehouse, produces good. A good woman from the overflow of her heart puts porridge on the table. A good woman from the overflow of her heart satisfies her family. A good woman from the overflow of her heart satisfies her husband's needs. A good woman from the overflow of her heart sacrifices for the one she loves. Overflow. Right now is your time to utilize your storage house so that eventually you can overflow. So before you say I do, your focus shouldn't be on how am I going to strategize to get on BellaNija.com? How am I going to have the most Instagram popping wedding? Your focus should be, how am I going to overflow? How am I utilizing my storehouse now? How am I building up spiritual endurance now? Am I feeling the convictions of the Holy Spirit? Am I obeying? Am I walking in purpose? Is the Spirit leading me? How are you utilizing your storage house? Are you fasting? Are you praying? Are you in worship? Are you in constant communication with God? Because the only way your storage house is going to be full is when the Lord fills it up. It's not by your might and it's not by your understanding. Your systems are different. So the only way you're going to be able to overflow and be that goals wife that we all want to be is by utilizing your storehouse now. And so I want to encourage you guys today that just because February is a month of love doesn't mean that we can't prepare for the love that is going to meet us, prepare for the love that is ordained for us by the Lord. And I believe that you are going to meet everything with your name on it in due time. So press on, Mama Bear. You got this. Stay fleeky now. Stay fleeky. So again, this video will be up on sassyandsaved.org. Definitely go check it out. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up. Make sure you thumbs up. We will talk very, very soon. Bye.